El Salvador had just received its first plane load of illegal immigrants who all came to America illegally, all gang members. Despite a federal judge order to stop this mass deportation of criminals out of America, President Trump said hell to the no. They don't gotta go home, but they gotta get out of here. He said, we are sending these criminals out of America. Let's take a look at what happened when these gang members touched down in El Salvador for the first time. When the federal judge wanted to know why the Trump administration defied his order, the president of El Salvador said, oopsie, too late. They was flying over international water, and that's not in your jurisdiction. Gangster.
For a hearing just a short time ago, a federal judge demanding the Trump administration explain why it defied the judge's order deporting hundreds. The judge had ordered 2 planes already in the air to turn around, the planes landing in El Salvador anyway. The president's border czar tonight saying, I don't care what the judges think. Here's ABC senior political correspondent Rachel Scott tonight.
Tonight, questions over whether the Trump administration brazenly violated an order from a federal judge after he told them not to deport 261 Venezuelan immigrants to El Salvador. But they did it anyway. The administration claims the men are members of criminal gangs, invoking an obscure law, the Aliens Enemies Act of 1798, which allows the government to deport people with little to no due process and was last used to round up Japanese Americans during World War II. And in an emergency court hearing on Saturday, federal judge James Boasberg asked for more information and put the deportations on pause, saying any plane containing these folks that is going to take off or is in the air needs to be returned to the United States. This is something that you need to make sure is complied with immediately. But by then, 2 planes were already in the air, and they did not turn around. Administration officials claiming those planes had already crossed into international waters. The president of El Salvador, a Trump ally, posting on X, oopsie, too late. On Air Force One, President Trump asked if his administration violated the judge's orders.
I don't know. You have to speak to the lawyers about that.
Are you planning to do more deportations?
I can tell you this. These were bad people. That was a bad group of as I say, hombres.
Today, the president's border czar saying, quote, "I don't care what the judges think."
We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
The White House press secretary raising questions about whether the judge's orders carry weight because it was delivered from the bench and not put in writing.
There's actually questions about whether a verbal order carries the same weight as a legal order, as a written order.
But when I asked the architect of the president's immigration policy, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, whether they would comply with a verbal order from the judge, he questioned whether judges have the authority to rule over the president's policies at all. Is it the administration's understanding that you would comply with the verbal order?
No district court judge who presides over just some small, little geography of the whole country could possibly presume to have the authority to direct the expulsion of terrorists from our soil, who, by the way, are also here illegally. Thank you, everybody.
And David, the administration was back in court tonight in front of that same judge. He demanded to know why the administration defied his order when they tried to make the distinction between that verbal order and the written order. The judge calling that, quote, a heck of a stretch.
One thing I can say about the Trump administration, there's a gray area. They're going to find it and exploit it. Let's see what Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller had to say about 238 illegal immigrants being deported to El Salvador from America this weekend.
First of all, under President Trump's direction, this was one of the most successful counterterrorism operations in American history. Nearly 300 alien enemy terrorists who had illegally invaded our country were removed and deported to El Salvador for terrorism confinement. These individuals posed a direct and dire threat to the safety and security of the American people. They are part of a now designated foreign terrorist organization. And crucially, as the Alien Enemies Act designation makes clear, Tren de Aragua was sent here by a foreign government. They are an agent of the Venezuelan government that has been sent to the United States. That is what triggers the predatory incursion language in the Alien Enemies Act. That statute vests in the president full, complete, and plenary authority to remove the alien enemy threat from the United States as expeditiously as possible. And what you saw was every arm and agency of this nation's Homeland Security apparatus and national security apparatus, Homeland Security, Justice, State Department, Defense Department, working together in perfect unison to secure the homeland.
Just like I thought, it doesn't look like Stephen Miller is going to lose any sleep over sending these 238 illegal immigrants out of America. If you feel like Trump did the right thing or wrong thing by defying the judge federal order, let me know in the comment section. Like always, hit the like button to help with my daily fight with the algorithm. And I'll see all of y'all in our next video.